I think it might be up there. Oh, hi. Good to see you. Welcome to the Hidden Holland road trip. It's just me, you and me today. My name is Bob Buckley, if we haven't had the pleasure of meeting before. I'm on a real adventure today here in Hidden Holland. It's Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. And we're in South Holland today. Little bridge behind me there, classic little Dutch bridge over the canal. We are in a hidden gem today. I mean, the story behind how I found this place is crazy. So, came up to the town of Spijkenisse earlier on this morning and did what I needed to do there, and decided I'd go and explore the region here around Spijkenisse, which is just south of Rotterdam, right? So I'm driving along out of Spijkenisse and I think, oh, that looks like a nice village. So I start driving, get to the traffic lights, and I look to my right and there's this sign and it says Geervliet, G-E-R-V-L-I-E-T, Geervliet, right? And you couldn't see it from the road, which is like quite, it's the case a lot of times here in the Netherlands that if you don't know the country, if you don't know Hidden Holland, then there's a good chance you can easily just drive past these little places like Geervliet, right? Because you don't know they're there, because this area sort of south of Rotterdam is, well, it's very industrial. And so if you were to look at it on a map and you didn't know like where you were going, or you didn't know the landscape, you know, you'd have very little reason to come down here. But I did come down here. And so I'm stood at the traffic lights in the car, look to my left, sorry, it was the right, my mistake, and I see this sign for Geervliet. I just got this feeling like, you know what, I think this might be a Hidden Holland. I think this might be a Hidden Holland gem. And I'd never heard of it before. I've heard of Hoogvliet, of course, Hoogvliet, which is just up the river, but I'd never heard of Geervliet. So I turned off, I had no idea about the village. I had no idea of the history or anything. I just had that feeling, you know. And I guess when you've been to as many places as we have here in the Netherlands and Hidden Holland, I don't know, just start to get a little feeling, if you like. So I turned off, and within about 30 seconds, this building on the right-hand side appeared. It looked like an old school. It was the old sort of Dutch brick, and I just knew straight away, this is something special. So what I then discovered was that Geervliet as a village actually dates back to the 12th century. It was an old trading centre here in the Netherlands on the river before this river dried up, along with 3 or 4 other villages. Heinvliet, which is just down the dike that way. And it had a really important role in trading and commerce during the 13 and the 1400s. It got city rights in 1381, and when you drive in, you have no idea that this place would have had city rights. But as you get into the village, Geervliet holds some serious secrets and some serious hidden gems. So we're going to walk through the village. I've met a few people. I always do like a gezelligheid test when I come out here to the Netherlands, to Hidden Holland. I always say hello to people, even obviously I don't know them, and I sort of just test to see who says hello back, see who looks at you, see who doesn't, and people are just stopping left, right and centre to talk to me in Geervliet. So if you're interested in seeing this village, they've got a historical Civic Hall, they have a beautiful church dating back hundreds of years, and above all they have a windmill. They've got a windmill that's working. So we're going to walk through the village, and you're going to be able to get an immersive experience. You're going to be able to actually almost smell the fresh air out here on the dike. Just have a look at the entrance to the village. Can you guys see that? So that's the entrance to Geervliet. On the left hand side here you've got a little guest house. Hi! Yeah, please, feel free, thanks. Super kind. And then as we go into the village, you'll see some of the sites. It's worth it. It's worth spending the next 30 minutes checking this place out. If you've joined me, then welcome to the show, welcome to the Hidden Holland road trip. I'm on my own today. Della's back at home, enjoying the sun and the weather. I tend to go out on these sort of adventures now and again, and today we're in Geervliet. So drop a little comment, tell me where you are, if you know, if you've been here before, if you know the village, and I'll spin you around to enjoy Geervliet. I am going to do as many shout-outs as I can, but please bear with me because we've got quite a few people joining us today. Hopefully our Explorer Club members are with us. Do say hello if you are. We're starting on the outskirts of the village here on the Tolstraat. See that? The Tolstraat. And we're going to walk into the village, down to the village square. I mean, look at this. We're going to walk down to the village square, turn right, have a look at the town hall, and then go look at the church. Hi! And go look at the church, which is just at the end of the street there. It's very warm today here in the Netherlands. We had a little bit of rain yesterday, but it's warming up on this sunny Sunday. It's about 25 degrees here, and if you've just tuned in, you're joining me on a Sunday afternoon here in the village of Geervliet in South Holland, between the towns of Spijkenisse and Briel, to be exact. And I think you're going to enjoy it. So do drop a comment and I'll try my very best to say hello to you here from Geervliet. It's absolutely gorgeous, and you know, it's one of those places, I was telling somebody earlier who's actually from it, it's one of those places that you just would have no idea that it existed if you didn't come out here exploring. If you didn't know that this place was here, you would look at the map and you would say, well, you've got Spijkenisse there and you've got Briel there, and it looks quite full of industry in between. But what you've got to remember is this polder here is, I think it's one of the oldest polders in South Holland. I now have to remember the name of the polder, I can't quite remember. But there's lots of these little villages, and in this region there's around 5 or 6 of these villages that used to be on the river, that were big centres for trading, and you can see that the prosperity and the wealth was definitely here. There are some beautiful buildings. If you see anything that you want to have a closer look at, I see that Wilhelmina's here, Marika's here, all the way from Hamilton. Marianne Helga says, the Dutch have so many ways to say hello. Are they regional? Yeah, I guess so, sometimes. I guess regional is more like saying goodbye. In North Brabant we say houdoe, but you sound a bit silly if you say it anywhere else. Anyway, if you've just tuned in now, we're in the middle of the village square here in Geervliet. Hi! Hi! And it's so quaint. What's funny is there's really almost no sort of tourist businesses here. There's no cafe here. I already asked a local about that. There is a little bar and a little guest house that we started at. But these little villages really, they don't really need tourism in that way. They survive through, obviously, people moving here who are able to afford these beautiful houses. I mean, there is a little baker on the right-hand side here, which is good. Can you see that? But it's pure hidden Holland. So if you've just joined me, do say hello. Jack Brackman, good to see you, Jack. Hello, Herman, all the way from Sydney. Hope you're enjoying us on your big new TV, Herman. We're in Geervliet today, just south of Spijkenisse. This is the Dorpsplein. I mean, look at these beautiful buildings here. You could be on a film scene or something, couldn't you? Wow. Hey.
Hello.
So we're going to walk from the Dorpsplein, and if you stick with me now, you'll see, just down by the right here, it's very pretty. I drove past it earlier on, and the people I spoke to in Geervliet, 2 lovely ladies, they said to me, hey, you have to go down to the old city hall and the canal, because there's a really nice little area down there that you can go and check out the birds and whatnot. So look at this. This is beautiful. Susan Standish is with us. Hi, Susan. She loves the cobbled streets. And Johannes and Patricia are with us as well. Hi, guys. Alida is also here. Alida Forberg-Colijn. Yes, the Alida Forberg-Colijn, in case you were wondering. All the way from Jordan Station. The infamous Jordan Station, of course. Hello, Johan. Johan Temming's with us. Claudia says, where is the supermarket? There ain't no supermarket here, Claudia. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't think they would be allowed to build a supermarket in a village like this. It's a historical village. I imagine a lot of it is just protected by heritage status. This is interesting. There's like a little village farm here. Can you see that? Ducks and chickens, like just right slap bang in the middle of the village. I'll show you the town hall in a minute. It's really nice. Hello, Louise Hollenberg, all the way from Geelong in Victoria. Raymond van der Linde as well is with us. It's a new name. If it's your first time joining the Hidden Holland Road Trip, then drop us a little comment and say hi. Because Colleen is with us. She wants to say hello to herself. Hello, Colleen. Good to see you with us. Hello, Kate Wells, all the way from Cape Town. Here we go. So, Geervliet, like I said, was once a very prosperous trading centre on the river. I think it was the River Brownis. I might be wrong, but I think it was. Someone check that out for me, will you? And yeah, they obviously built a great amount of wealth. I imagine they were took tolls as well. That's why the streets are called the Tolstraat. And a lot of that wealth has been left over. I mean, look at this. Is this not glorious? This is the town hall here. Fantastic. Hello, Linda Moederzoon, all the way from Norfolk, and Christine Savoy from Brantford. Good to see you guys. We're in Geervliet today. I want to show you the building from the front. This is the old Civic Hall. Some people call them town halls, some people call them city halls, but the truth is that in the Netherlands there are no more towns or cities. Towns and cities legally don't actually exist in the Netherlands. You only have municipalities here. So I quite have taken to calling it the Civic Hall. That seems to explain it a bit better. My lens is a bit dirty there. I do apologise for that. Can you guys see those lions up there? And then down below is the little door. This is really nice, isn't it? The old town hall or Civic Hall in Geervliet. Normally Adele would go up the steps. Let's just move back and take a closer look. Normally Adele would go up the steps, but she's not with me today. If you would like me to go up the steps in her stead, then I will gladly do so. Just type the word steps. Let's just have a little look out before we move on. If you think this is a place you'd like to visit, leave us a little bit of feedback in the comments. It's always nice to hear what you guys think, especially because a lot of local people watch the show as well, and it's nice for local people to see what others think of their village and of their town. And you know, a lot of Dutch people don't necessarily shout about their achievements and their surroundings and their environment. So if you are liking Geervliet so far, leave a little bit of feedback. Give the locals a little bit of feedback on what you think of the village. Someone said you're going to have to do it, Bob, so I'm going to go up the steps of the town hall. This is what you call Hidden Holland, isn't it? Here we go. So apparently this whole area back in the 1400s was governed by the Lord of Stadhuis, who actually governed right down to where we are in Moerdijk and Zevenberg. And of course the county of Holland back then was much larger. The borders have been fought over had been fought over for many hundreds of years between the Dukes of Brabant and the Counts of Holland. And this town was controlled by the Lords of Stadhuis. Stadhuis, of course, being down on the Hoekse Waard. All right, let us move on, my friends. And if you're just freshly tuned in, you're watching The Dutch Way of Life with me, Bob Buckley. We're in Geervliet today. Oh look, here, there's some information about the Stadhuis. Gasthuis met kapel, gesticht in 1346, sinds 1500 in gebruik als stadhuis. Etage 1632 opgebouwd als gemeenlandskamer. So this building was built in 1346 and has been in use since 1500 as a civic hall. I mean, can you even believe that? It's hard to imagine, isn't it? Especially for a lot of our colleagues in the US, in North America and in Canada, because of course, you know, a lot of people say, oh well, you know, we don't even have buildings that are that old. Of course you do. It's just a lot of them were destroyed by the Europeans when they arrived. So now, obviously, you don't have that long history. But here in the Netherlands, you know, you've got buildings like this all over the place, and I think that's one of the most exciting things about the Netherlands is you can come here and it's living history. And interestingly enough, if you look at this lion on the front of the Stadhuis, you can see Land van Putin. Interesting. Hoi. Oh, it's a beautiful building, my friend.
Yes.
Do you speak English?
Little.
Super. It's absolutely beautiful. Adembenemend.
Adembenemend.
Ja.
Heb je dat geleerd of gehoord?
Ja, ik woon in Nederland. Je moet ja wel Nederlands praten, hè? Kom je uit Geervliet?
Ja, ik woon hier.
Oh, wauw. Heel mooi dorp.
Hier is een bakery, een bakkerij.
Oh ja, u bent de bakker?
Ja.
Inderdaad.
Van vroeger.
Ah, fijn. Mijn naam is Bob.
Bob.
Ja, Bob Buckley.
Maar je bent oorspronkelijk uit Engeland?
Uit Engeland, ja, Manchester.
Manchester.
En nu wonen we, also mijn vrouw en ik, in Moerdijkdorp.
Oh, Moerdijkdorp.
Ja, we hebben een online community en we rijden om Nederland en we laten de kleine plekjes zien. Dat niemand in het buitenland kent.
Nee, de Geervliet. We hebben hier een tentoonstelling, want ik ben ook lid van Oud Geervliet. We hebben een vereniging die allemaal dingen van vroeger... we hebben hier boven een zolder.
De heimkundekring of zo.
Ja, van vroeger allemaal. En je mag ook boven, als je wil, als ik de sleutel heb, in de raadzaal kijken. Die is van heel vroeger.
Oh, wauw.
En dan kan je ook mooi filmen.
Ja?
Ik zal kijken, als we de sleutels bij ons hebben.
Oh, so we can take the keys and have a look in the room?
Ja.
Is that okay with you?
Yes,
it's not a problem?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, yeah, great. Fine.
Heb jij sleutels van het raadhuis bij je?
Aan je sleutelkastje.
Zit hij daar ook?
Who wants to go inside? I want to go inside.
Oh ja.
Wow. Hi. My name's Bob.
Hi Bob. My name's Kees.
Nice to meet you, Kees. Nice to meet you.
From?
I'm from Manchester originally, but I live in Moerdijkdorp.
Oh, Moerdijk.
Yeah.
Manchester.
Yeah, exactly, man. But my job is I have an online community of many thousands of people who live outside the Netherlands who can't come to the Netherlands anymore.
Right.
So maybe they're Dutch or they're Dutch by roots. So we travel around the Netherlands and we are like a window for them.
Oh.
And we make films, sometimes live films, about small places in the Netherlands that nobody really knows, because we want to show that the Netherlands is more than just Amsterdam and the Randstad. And so I found your village this morning, and I said,
Ik wist niet dat je het bij zat te maken.
wow, holy moly.
I think I've saw you sometimes on the internet before.
Maybe you saw us we were on TV, me and my wife, on Typisch Moerdijk.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, man. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to go to this other village, Beert.
Beert?
Yeah, so I'm driving to Beert and I stop at the traffic lights and I look and it says Geervliet. And then I got a feeling in the belly.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, I think this is a place to go for me.
Yeah, it is.
And then I drove in and I saw the building on the right. Is that a school? The old school also?
Yeah.
Yeah? And then I knew, this is a special place.
It is a special place.
So then I learned that you had city walls, you were on the river.
Yeah.
You had city rights already in 1381, is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
Which is very special, you know, because most people who would visit this area, they would never think about visiting Geervliet.
No, but even the people who live here, they don't always know the history. So.
But I mean, in the end, if you come into this village we're walking through now, and I just think the way that you've kept it, man, it's such respect to the villagers, and you know, for a lot of people around the world who live in places like South Africa, USA, Canada, this is unimaginable that you would be able to keep a place so beautiful and so special. So you know, all respect and thanks to us, man.
Kind of an organic process, I think, because, like you said, in the medieval times,
Yeah.
it was city. It was a city on the rise.
Yeah.
But then we have some great floods
Yeah.
in the surroundings.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the waterway, which was running.
Was it the
from,
Bernissemolen?
It's the Bernissemolen.
Yeah, the Bernissemolen, yeah.
Very broad waterway.
Yeah.
And it was used for trade between Holland and Flanders.
I see.
And we were toll. We were in a toll.
You were the toll. I thought so. Because I saw the Tollbrug and the Tollstraat, and then
exactly.
I think,
Yeah, it's toll.
Okay.
So, but with the St. Elizabeth flood.
Yeah, 1421.
1421, exactly.
Changed, yeah.
The Bernissemolen was standing up.
Ah.
So,
So the boats couldn't come anymore.
Exactly. So the city on the rise was.
And then it fell off.
And then it became really a rural, agricultural
I see.
village.
How has the village survived in the 20th century into like the 80s and the 90s? How did it stay alive? Because a lot of villages haven't been able to do that, right? But this village, obviously, you've taken care of it, you've looked after it. How has it sort of survived through the ages?
I guess it's boils down to, I think, a really Dutch kenmerk.
Yeah. Quality.
Yeah, that we try to keep our streets clean. We try to keep our houses clean. Everything has to be clean.
Yeah, it does.
And if everyone does that,
Yeah.
you have a really clean and nice village.
That's the best answer you could give, man. I
Yeah.
totally agree with you. And that's really what part of my mission as well is. I came to the Netherlands in 2011. I lived in Germany before, and I discovered like this is different than Germany. And even though you're related in some way, and
We really are.
I started to become curious about what is this Dutch way of life. Like I went up to Drenthe and I did a cycle tour in Drenthe. Yeah, so Arnhem,
Full province.
Arnhem, Anlo, Borge, Exelo, and
Nice.
I was sat there in the height of summer and I looked around and nobody's there. And I say,
Yeah.
where is everybody? And that's where the mission began, to show, we call it Hidden Holland, beyond Amsterdam, to show people, hey, there's these villages and these places that you'll never even know about
No.
unless you go exploring.
Like
this one, yeah. And because I think mixed in with the trots is also a type of nuchterheid.
Yeah.
That you don't tell everyone, you just do it.
We try to, because we are in a small club,
I see.
historical club.
Oh, fine, man.
So we try to promote it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing, man, because for me, this is where, if you really want to find, in my opinion, if you really want to find the story of the Netherlands, you have to come to places like Geervliet, Goede Rede, Willemstad, Klundert, Geertruidenberg. I was in Heemvliet earlier on. They told me that you were rivals a little bit.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the Bernissemolen.
That's it, yeah.
It's on the other side
But
of the river.
it's a little bit like a small Goede Rede. It's got that typical square and so.
Met de Heber.
Yeah, exactly.
That
So,
was our harbour.
oh, this was your harbour, was
Our
it?
harbour,
Yeah.
and the houses on the inner side.
Oh, excuse me.
So there were only in the past there were only houses on the outer side.
I see.
And this was called the Vissers Quay, Visserszijde.
The Visserskade.
Vissers
Visserskade,
side.
yeah,
Ah,
This is Vissers side.
I see.
That's the
Earlier,
toll side.
I see. I see. I
But
see.
the houses on the inner ring, they weren't there.
I see. I see. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna walk through the village first of all. Could I come back and like sit with you guys and maybe have a look in the hall and so? Because I want to look at the windmill now.
Yeah.
Is he turning all day, or can we look at the hall now?
You
What's-
can have a look at it
Yeah?
now.
Waar getrouwd wordt.
Ja, ik loop wel even met hem.
Ja.
Oké.
Engels en dan kan jij straks ook nog wat vertellen, doen we allebei wat.
Ja, dat is goed. Ja,
Ja?
ja, dat is very nice for when you're married.
Yeah.
Here on the stair.
So you can get married here.
Ja.
Oh, did you?
Ja.
The baker got married at the Stadhuis. Heel fijn.
Ga je sleutels halen?
Ja, ik ga sleutels pakken.
Oké.
En dan, you can follow me.
Okay, great.
Boven.
Ja. Nou,
Thank you.
Ja,
Boven is open.
ben je al open?
Als die open wil, kan ik boven kijken.
Oké, je bent al open. Nou, dan gaan we.
hier via de straat.
Ja. We gaan naar de bordes.
Okay.
De bordes.
Wow, this is a privilege for me.
Op de square.
Is it true? Is it?
Op de square is the bakery.
I saw it. I saw it. Is it true that the Lord of Strijen was the heir here?
No, it's the other way around.
Oh, is it?
The Lord of Putin.
Yeah.
This there was a castle here.
I see.
It was his residence.
I see.
He was also the Lord of Strijen.
I see.
The land of Putten
Yeah.
was much larger than the part of Putten now. It extended to Strijen and it extended to Charlotte,
Interest-
Rotterdam, and
Interesting.
parts of.
So Rhone also?
Yeah,
Rhone?
also Rhone.
In the castle, kan je over vertellen? Over het kasteel, castle.
Yeah,
Early years.
there was in the I guess 12th century or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
He had a strengthened house.
Yeah, a stronghold.
A stronghold.
Yeah.
Just a stronghold.
Yeah.
Just one building, but
Yeah.
it got expanded and expanded,
I see.
and it resulted in a real castle.
Where was this here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's behind the church.
Is it? Because I saw an old picture of the village with also with
We have
walls.
some.
Upstairs
We have
is
some
a
pictures.
picture.
Yeah.
Did you have Did the village have walls around it
Yeah,
also?
and towers and gates, but all small.
You're
Yeah,
making me
really small.
excited,
Yeah, it's
man.
really small, and you can't see it anymore. But it's a really small, yeah, like a stronghold.
Case, that's so great. Shall I go upstairs?
Just one more thing.
Yeah?
You have to go there, but maybe Klaas has to come into the picture, because the Lord of Putten,
Yeah.
he's buried in the church,
Is that so?
and it's one of the first praalgraven. I don't know how it's like a decorated grave. It's a sarcophagus
Oh, see.
of marble and granite, and he's buried there with his wife.
The Lord of Putten.
Lord of Putten, with his sword in his hands. Really old school Indiana Jones style.
In this church down here?
The church down here. It's one of the first decorated graves in the Netherlands.
Is it?
And
We got to see that.
yeah, I think so. We have to go into the church.
Als de kerk open is, moet ik even kijken zo?
Klaas Steutel heeft even naar Nicolaas
Ja,
Putten
dat
gebracht.
wel, ja.
And in the edge of the sarcophagus,
Yeah.
there's chiseled letters, and you can determine the letters like nobilis. It's Latin for
Nobility.
nobility. And
Adela.
yeah, and he's died in 1307.
This is exciting. I
Yeah,
didn't expect this.
no,
I didn't even know anything about your village until I came.
In that castle,
Yeah.
it was still a castle when Cornelis de Witt,
Yeah.
famous Dutchman,
Yeah, yeah.
he also lived here.
Did he?
He did live in Geervliet.
Did he?
Yeah,
The brother of Johan de Witt, who was famously eaten
exactly.
by the mob in The Hague.
Yeah, and
Ken niet de broeders gewit?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Johan is the big man.
Cornelis lived here,
Did he?
In the
and
castle.
the guy who set up like the assassination complot
Yeah.
against the De Witts,
I
They
can't
were-
remember his name.
Tegelaar,
Yes.
he also lived here.
You're joking.
No, no.
So wait a minute. So you're telling me the guy who set up the assassination of the brothers lived here?
Yeah,
That is very very sneaky, isn't it?
it is. But it's like a focal point in Dutch history.
That's amazing, man.
Early medieval history, the riches
Yeah.
of the trade between Flanders and Holland.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot about that, isn't it? So that because Holland couldn't grow grain, they couldn't grow getreide, a grain, corn and wheat.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
took their herring and other things to Flanders,
Yeah.
and then they swapped it for corn,
Yeah.
and then sold it to the Brabant cities on the way back home to Holland, I think, right? Great. Let's do it.
And in the castle, when Cornelis de Witt lived here,
Yeah.
there were mantelpieces with the arms of all the families.
Oh, wow.
Who were, Cornelis de Witt, his arm is above.
Spreek je Nederlands of niet?
Ja, ik spreek wel
Oh,
Nederlands,
oké.
maar ik moet me verbeteren. Dus,
Ja, dat maakt niet uit. Kijk, dit is
what,
Televisie bij typisch moeder.
what's your name, sorry?
Adriaan.
Adriaan. Leuk je te ontmoeten, ik ben Bob.
Dag.
Maar niet de Bob.
His ancestors were the last residents of the castle.
Is that so?
This is some pictures of the castle. Neem het maar mee naar huis, hè? Mag die toch wel hebben?
Ja, ja, natuurlijk.
Even kijken hoor, waar staat nou die mooie van... oh ja, hier.
When was the castle destroyed?
In,
1823?
yeah, it was sold for 23 guilders and.
Yeah.
23 guilders. Dat is goedkoop, of
A
niet?
lot of money over there.
Oh, sorry, wait a minute. So what am I looking at here, Adriaan?
Oh nee, kijk, deze is het.
Oh, is
Hier,
this one?
dit is het kasteel. One side.
Yeah, I saw that picture. I saw that, the Hof van Putten.
Ja,
Of
dit.
van Putten, yeah.
Ah, look at
Behind the
that.
church.
So this was, this church, this castle was heel laag.
Uit, hè?
Ja.
Behind? What's behind in Dutch?
Achter.
Achter.
Ja,
Achter
ja.
de kerk.
Achter de kerk, ja.
Naast.
And you can still see the indentations in the fields around it,
Is it?
where the ditch was. You can still see the indentations.
See, I tell you, when you go online in English, you can find none of this information, and that is why my channel exists, to try and show English-speaking people the places and the stories of these little villages. So we're very grateful to you that you take the time, and that you're open on Sunday. Hey, neat lulla, huh?
En niet lullen, maar poepen, ja.
Okay, so we're going. What's this room that we're going into now, Kees? What's it called?
It's called the raadzaal.
De raadzaal.
And one of the last functions it had was the waterschappen.
Oh yeah, the waterboard.
The waterboard
Yeah.
was gathering here.
I see. So it's for meetings.
That's the last function.
I see.
But inside,
Wow.
and the story goes that the entry, it's this is from the Hof van Putten. This piece here.
Oh, so this is from the story is that this is from the castle.
It's reused, yeah.
It's very nice. When was the Stadhuis actually built? Because I thought it was 1500, but is it?
13 something.
So this was built in the
It
1300s.
was first built in a one-story building.
Yeah.
As a guest house, a
I see,
house
yeah.
for poor people.
Uh-huh.
It was built by the wife of Nicolaas van Putten,
Really?
the man himself. Wow. Nicolaas van Putten also was a friend of Count Floris de Vijfde.
I see.
And they helped each other.
Yeah, right. I love that part of Dutch history. So many people focus on the Golden Age, but if you go before to the 1400s with Diederik III and the Dukes of Brabant, it's so exciting, huh?
Diederik III,
Yeah.
he got the tool van Geervliet from the Roman Emperor in Germany.
Is it?
It was the toll of Geervliet was one of the official gifts of Diederik III.
I see.
Already, the story goes that he already had the toll,
I see.
and it was only formalization of a situation as is.
So fascinating, because we learn also that so many cities in the Netherlands grew prosperous because of the rivers, huh?
Yeah.
But what I think a lot of people don't realise is there were many floods over the hundreds of years that actually changed.
Yeah, that's true.
So that almost like the fate of the village can be just changed by the water, right?
It happened here.
Yeah.
Just some 50 years after we got the city rights, there was the flood, and it changed everything. So it was, how do you call it, like a flower broken in the
stem.
broken in the stem.
It's a tragedy.
Yeah, we could have been really large.
Oh,
Now we're just a small village with a very rich history.
yeah, but I think that's also a good place to be, right? Holy smokes, look at this. So this is the
This is the raadzaal,
raadzaal.
and
So
the door you are now entering, the wooden door, is one of the reasons that this building is a Rijksmonument, because it's an original door from the 15th century, and you can, when you see the other side, you can really appreciate the woodworking, because it's all really
so this
really
is from
nice cut. And
how old is the door? Okay.
this is from the 15th century. This is
So
not-
the-
this
so
is
the
original door.
1400s.
1400s. This is the original door. Yeah.
Look at that. This door is like 600 and something years old,
Yeah. There was a carpenter working on it.
and it looks good.
Hundreds of years. It looks really nice still.
Looks really nice. So this is like I guess the place where the council members and the lords would meet. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. And this story was added later because the first story was built by the wife of Nicolaas van Putten.
Right.
And later on, it was put on the second story.
Right.
And it was the raadzaal.
And these are the families you were talking about,
Yeah,
is
these
it?
wooden panels, they are from the Hof van Putten. You can see it on the by the years. This is one from 1654 on the right side.
Oh, so there's different ones. So
Yeah.
these are the coats of arms. What families do they represent then?
The
Kees?
coats of arms that were part of the vierschaar, like a jury.
Like the aldermen, like the guys who made the decisions and so on. Was it just for the court?
For
the
court.
Hof.
It was a jury for the court.
I see.
And the families that were in the jury, they were from nobility or really good families.
So you've got Van der Graaf, De Wit.
It's the Wit. Because he was Ruwaard van Putten. So he was the highest, how do you call it?
The highest lord?
Yeah.
The heer?
He was not the heer, but he was the highest justicial power.
Judicial power.
Judicial power.
Yeah,
So he was
I see.
the jury. No, he was the judge.
He was the judge.
He was the judge. And because he was a judge of this area, he also had to live here.
So what's that? Baarsenburg?
Baarsenburg. And baars is a Dutch fish. It's a bass. So there you see bass.
You've got the
coat of
wow,
arms.
fantastic. Berenstain, Van der Werve, and these were all nobility families then, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
You see the coat of arms of Holland, the Wit, and from the land of Putten on the right.
And of course, you've got Lady Justice here in the middle, right?
Yeah, there's a kind of symbol behind it, symbolic behind it. Right there. What interesting is on this side is that she has a blindfold.
Yeah.
So she's not biased.
Right.
She has a sword. So she has the
power.
The power to
Yeah.
sentence the death penalty.
Yeah.
That's the sword. She is on sandals, so it's not going to be a heavy case. It's going to be light-footed. She has, she's topless, so that means that it's all in publicity.
So it's all transparent.
It's all transparent.
It's all open.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a beautiful explanation. Thank you.
En licht geschoeid, heb je dat verteld?
Yeah, sandals light.
Yeah, fine,
light-footed.
And this is from 1654.
And maybe they were painted later, but it symbolizes the period of
It's
the
painted in
jury.
1768.
Right.
Because
so this
all
is another
those
one.
are from the same time. This one is 1588, but it is just
The
council? The board.
Jury in the Hoogvierschout.
Ah, so you got Roon, Wijngaarden.
These are the names of
the men.
Of
the families. Yeah.
Were represented in the jury.
I think Wijngaarden was a guy who was related to Willemstad. Willemstad had a burgemeester called Wijngaarden. Maybe there was a relation there. Interesting.
Okay.
Oh, fine. And this is the original castle, then, is it? Is that right?
That's really quite, how do you call it?
Like an impression.
Yeah, it's a free impression.
I see.
Very free
I
impression.
see. I see. Wow, look at that.
So
If
the
you're enjoying
stones
this,
are really
do
large, and that's not representative. We just use smaller stones.
Fantastic. Hard to believe. Do you still have meetings in here, Case? Do people still meet in here?
Yeah, our historical society.
Do you?
Yeah,
Oh my word! It must be a lot of fun. And is that another space over there?
Yeah, we can.
What is
work
that?
there.
I just noticed it. I thought, huh?
Geervliet used to be its own municipality, and when it was the mayor was working, and from this room, it was the old mayor's room.
I
That's
see.
quite recent, but here you have a Gothic window, and the Gothic window shows really the age of the building.
Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. Did you ever have to restore this building? Was it ever restored, or has it always been kept?
No, it has been restored in, I believe it was the 1960s when some work was done. The clock tower had been changed then. Just small things.
Wow, it's beautiful. I think I'd really like to see the church. I'm going to walk.
Yeah, it is a great church, but I don't know if it's possible to enter it.
Well, we can just look outside. What's the best way to get to the church then from here, Case? If we go out here.
You go on the right side, and then left downhill.
Yeah. Let's do it. Thanks so much for letting us in.
My shift is over actually.
Okay, great. Super. So if you're enjoying this, please leave a comment. You're watching the Hidden Holland live road trip here in the village of Geervliet, and we are with our friend Case, who is busy showing us and telling us the history of this place. So if you are enjoying it, make sure that you say hi to Case and you say thank you to him. It'd be great to hear from you. Oh, beautiful. Hello, Jack. Good to see you. Doris is here. Hi, Doris. So can Americans visit now? Yes, they can, Doris. Hello, Linda. Hello, Julie. Hello, Stuart. Hello, Mike. We're out now and we're going to head down to the church. So if you're enjoying it, leave a little comment. And don't forget, these tours are sponsored by our Explorer Club members. Our Explorer Club is a way for you guys to get closer to the places that you love in the Netherlands. And if you're interested in becoming a member and supporting our work that we do here for more of these awesome tours, then type the word club and we'll send you a special offer to join up. Wow.
Films voor Nederlanders of Afrikaans of mensen die geïnteresseerd zijn in Nederland. Superleuk, toch?
I think many people will know Geervliet after today.
So,
how do we get to the church then? Let's do it.
I'm gonna walk with you.
Moet ik eventjes sleutel halen bij klaar?
Ja, ik pak even mijn rugzak. Ik heb mee.
Wil je die sleutel dan ook?
Sowieso is ja.
Ja, de sleutel voor hier afsluiten boven, die hangt in de kast in de burgemeesterskamer.
Dat is één sleutel.
Nee,
Ik kan ook deze krijgen van mij.
nee, luister dan wel. Ik heb daar in de kast hangen blauwe sleuteltjes. Dat heb ik hier neergelegd.
So, Case is going to walk us down to the church now. If you are still with us, leave a little comment. If you're still on the tour, this is all live and we're very, very lucky to have stumbled upon these guys who are part of the local history society. We're now going to walk down to the old church, so stay tuned. It's absolutely beautiful and very, very privileged to get a look into the town hall and, you know, meet these guys. And if you're enjoying it, then just drop a little comment, say thanks to Case and the guys here at the Historical Society. You know, this is what it's all about. It's all about exploring and discovering this lovely place and meeting people and discovering the story. So imagine that. Cornelius de Witt, of the famous de Witt brothers, who were eaten alive, well, not quite alive, in The Hague. He lived here, and the guy who arranged his assassination also lived here, which is absolutely phenomenal. If you are tuning in, I will try and say hi to you. We've got over 100 people watching the live show today. And like I said, I just want to say thanks to people like Roger Green, Nancy Smith, Colleen Jane, Louise Applegate, Leona van den Dam. All these people have chosen to sign up to our Explorers Club and support our channel, support our work, and it's because of those people that you're watching this for free. If you'd like to help us continue our work and help us keep our tours free and help us make sure we can carry on doing what we're doing, then type the word club, join up. It's like 120 euros a year. It's much cheaper than any ticket to the Netherlands. Works out about 28 cents a day. And we've got a load of stuff that you don't actually get access to on Facebook either. It'd be lovely to have you with us in the club. So I'm hoping that we're going to go down to the church and see the church. Excuse me, I'm going to walk down. I think I'm going to walk down and Case will follow me, no doubt. Hiya, Kat. Hiya, Alida. Great to see everybody with us. Did you enjoy that from Case? It was interesting, wasn't it? He was telling us about the history of the place and the Lord of Straya and all that. It was really, really cool. And it's just a pleasure to be able to meet people like this. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to ask these guys. We're in Geervliet today, Geervliet. Obviously a very important place for trading at one point, as you've just heard from Case. And got a heck of a lot of history. There used to be a castle here. And we're going to go down and look at the church now. Apparently, the Lord of Putin is buried there. It wasn't the Lord of Strijn, I got it wrong. It was the Lord of Putin who ruled over these lands. And Geervliet seems to have played quite a big role in his life, so how exciting is that? Hello, Trudy. Hello, Doris. What city or town are you in? It's in the title, Doris. We're in Geervliet, as I've just said, Geervliet. I did not expect any of this today. But here we are, enjoying the tour. And don't forget, if you are in the Explorers Club, this video will be available in high quality without any interruptions, and with also lots and lots of extra footage put in by Adele. So that's another great reason to join the Explorers Club. We're also having a meet-up this evening because we're going to Friesland next week for our virtual tour. So do be sure to join up if you want access to our events and our special content. Oh my word, this is beautiful. So we're on our way to the church now. Hello, Trudy Portis. Good to see you all the way from Ontario. We've got lots of people from Ontario with us. So great to have everybody along. You're watching the Hill and Holland road trip. So we're down here now by the church. And this is the famous church where the Lord of Putin is buried, that Case just told us about. It's just full of these little quaint, picturesque streets, huh? Oh my word, look at this one. Anybody see that? Anybody see what I can see here on a Hill and Holland road trip? Oh man, this is so exciting. Great to have everybody with us here in Geervliet. Can you guys see that? So we've had the old town hall, had a little tour around there. We've got the church, we're going to have a little tour around there in a moment. And then up ahead we've got the windmill. Don't know if we'll have time for the windmill on the tour, but I'll certainly visit it afterwards, and that will be included in the bonus footage for our Explorer Club members. So check that out. There's a windmill as well. Does it get any better? And for the last part of the show, we're going to take a look at
Can't open the church.
no problem, man. It's just nice to come and see it. How old is it?
From 13th century.
Really?
The start, and because it's such a small village, but a relative size of the church is really large.
Yeah, really,
You
huh?
see, we had a lot of money to make public works.
Yeah, really.
Because in Geervliet, the village on the other side,
Yeah.
small village,
Yeah, I saw.
small church.
I saw.
Geervliet, small village, large church.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
A lot of money.
And that's why it's interesting. And I think in a way with the places like this case, it's like a puzzle. You come here, and if I didn't meet you, then my job is to put the pieces together. Why is the church so big? Why are the pictures of a castle and then that's a historian, that's what you do, isn't it? You try and put the pieces together. So you've really helped me to put the pieces together today.
That one is our original.
Yeah, you can see.
Handball.
You can see here that sandstone, is it? Oh, this here,
Yeah,
the standard.
yeah.
And what was it for?
Yeah, you were tied against it.
You are joking.
People could throw rotten fruit and stuff, just like in the movies.
Wait a minute, you're telling me that people would be tied against that and you would throw things at them?
Yeah, for small crimes.
I can think of quite a few people who I'd put on that pole.
Yeah.
You know, not telling any names or anything. I could think of a few people and throw stroop waffles at them or something.
Stroop waffles.
Oh, I don't know.
Eggs and
Eggs.
rotten tomato, and I guess here rotten fishes.
Oh, for sure, from the river. So this is the original part of the church, is it?
Yeah, and on the other side of the church, the residents of the castle, they had their own entrance. What you see here, that's really interesting. It's plague related.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, we do like plague-related things.
This is an old. Yeah, it's Latin engravings.
Yeah, it's
I want to talk about this stuff here because what you see here, a church is a religious place.
yeah,
And when the plague was roaming across Europe,
Yeah.
people didn't know where it came from.
yeah,
So they sought the help from a higher power, like God, like the church. What they used to do was to get pieces from holy places to consume.
relics.
To consume,
Yeah. To consume.
exactly, because you had to get it inside your body.
To become holy. Or to become blessed or whatever.
become blessed or to become protected from
Right,
the plague.
right.
You see here, there's carvings. There's people use their knives or tools, whatever they could get. They would catch something
Yeah.
and they would put it through their, like porridge or tea, or they just want to consume something from a holy place.
Wow.
Just like
So they would scrape something off the church and then place it in their food or their drink, and they would.
eat it, not chew, because that would be a really nice.
Then you have no
experience.
teeth left.
No, but they consumed it. They
Wow.
wanted to get the Holy,
The Holy Spirit.
want to get protected from the plague,
Wow.
because they didn't know what it was.
Holy molen! And this is people then taking a knife, scraping, and
Yeah. The sleutel, we're gonna go in the church.
you're gonna go in.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Adrian, you are a held.
Adrian!
We can go in the church, man. Wow.
Adrian! We're gonna look at the sarcophagus, one of the first in the Netherlands.
Oh my word, that's so good. Is this the entrance?
Ja, dat is niet. Ja, dat is de tollenentree.
So just to say one more time, this grave that we're going to look at is the Lord of Putin,
Lord of Putin.
and it's the first decorated grave in the Netherlands. And when did he die then?
In 1307.
Wow.
And he helped Floris V
Yeah.
on an expedition to Friesland.
Yeah.
And
To fight
going-
the Frisians.
Yeah, going across the sea.
Yeah.
He became ill.
Yeah.
And when he came back,
He died.
died.
Count Floris was the Count of Holland, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He was the guy who did a lot of the groundwork, I think, for Holland, and he was quite influential, wasn't he, as a count?
He was expanding, like the area of the Count of Holland, and he had bannermen.
Yeah.
And Nicolaas van Putten, he was one of the closest bannermen of Floris V. He's buried
Amazing,
there.
amazing. Let's go check it out. This is a real surprise for us. I knew that my feeling was right. I was in the car, I thought, Geervliet holds some special secrets. So
Adrian! Oh, we have to go this way.
we have to go this way?
Ik kan alleen dit orgel en op de toren. Ik kan de kerk niet in, maar ik kan wel filmen hier.
Ja, we kunnen niet in het schip.
Nee.
We kunnen niet bij
Nee,
Nicolaas.
dus kan die deur is op slot.
Ah.
Dus de tussendeur. Maar ik kan wel vanaf...
Is it shut?
You can.
We can still have a look?
Yeah, but we can't reach the
Oh, it's okay, no problem. Let's take a look. I mean, these are crazy steep stairs. Wow. Here we are in the church. So
Just remember what a small village is, and
Yeah.
then soak up the richness of the church.
how many people live here in the village nowadays?
1700.
1700. Wow.
Yes, look at it. Yeah, it's a really nice church.
No. What? Look at that. That is impressive.
It is. Normally you see these kind of churches in Delft and other big places, not in a small village of 1700 residents.
And look at the roof. The ceiling, sorry.
Yeah.
Wow. Who built the church then, Kees? Who built it?
As Nicolaas did.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
So the Lord of Putin built the church as well. Oh, it's quite breathtaking.
It is. He's buried behind the stained glass, like the small. He's buried in the rear part of the church we're looking at now.
Right, so the Lord of Putin is buried behind this glass.
Yes, exactly.
And is that his area?
No, it isn't. But at one time, what we know is that his sarcophagus was put in the middle of the space on the ground. So it was really central, and now it is positioned on the during the restoration of the church. It was positioned on the side of the room, the space.
That is very unique. And like you say, what's really unique about it is, given that the village is only 1,700 people, you would not expect this type of church to be here. And again, it's a part of the puzzle, isn't it? It's a part of the puzzle that unlocks the history of the village. And I think that is one of the things that we do is we try and unlock this history, because I think the Dutch history is one of the most complex in Europe. So I studied history, that was my university.
Okay.
German history, but the history of the Low Countries is very complicated.
Yeah. Maybe it has to do with like the feudality.
Yeah,
It was, in large areas of land,
Yeah.
like France, the feudal
that's right.
system
Yeah.
was really easy to roll out. And because the Netherlands
Absolutely.
was all like marshy and swamps, and the feudal system didn't
Didn't
off.
work well.
So
And-
they all had little areas.
And I think as well it's the rise of the cities. So one of the things that I'm most interested in is the so-called rise of the burgerschap through the growth of the cities, like this one, like Bruges, Mechelen, Leuven, Ghent, Gouda, Delft. And I think because these cities grew in power through trading, they were able to combat the power from the nobility. They were able to take power away from the nobility.
Yeah.
And my theory is that that's still very much a theme of Dutch life today. If you look at the way the king behaves, he doesn't behave like a noble, he doesn't behave like a normal king would. He tries to be closer to the people.
Yeah.
And that's always been, I think, part of the traditional Dutch history is the relationship between the burgers and the nobility has always been in the balance,
Yeah.
and that interests me a lot.
Yeah, because the nobility couldn't really put their power in effect.
Yeah.
Because all farmers were living really isolated,
Exactly.
small islands, and
It's interesting, man.
Yeah, it's really
Super interesting. Wow. I take one more last look at this church, and if you're enjoying it, then please say thank you to Case and leave a little comment. This is unreal. Do you have services still in here?
yeah.
Yeah, and the little organ here.
Yeah, sometimes we have presentations.
It's only a little one, but it's not about the size, is it? It's how you play it that matters. Fantastic. Thanks for allowing us in here.
You're welcome.
And maybe next time we come over, we can have a look at the grave of the Lord of Putin.
Do you want to enter the tower?
I think I'll leave the tower. Okay. I have a fear of heights, Adrian.
Adrian! I've seen Rocky this week. It was a nice
Oh, great. Thank you, Adrian.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
Thank you so much. So I think I'm going to finish by going to the Molen.
Yeah?
So I'll give you the hand, and maybe we meet each other again. Check out the channel, The Dutch Way of Life.
I will.
Yeah,
It
cool.
was a real pleasure, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Same.
You have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Honestly, you guys have done an amazing job. It's a pleasure.
do anything.
I hope that you do guided tours, because you should do. You're a great tour guide, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
I've been with a lot of tour guides, believe me, and it's great to have someone who is so passionate.
Thank you.
Dankjewel, man. Tot de volgende keer. Fine. Who expected this? Not me. If you've just tuned in, we're at the tail end of our show here in Geervliet. That was a wonderful little tour of this church. I'm just going to stand back and show you the church from the outside, where we've just been inside today. You're tuned into the Hidden Holland road trip here on the Dutch Way of Life, and that was Case. He's part of the local history group here, and he just gave us a tour of the church and of the Stadhuis. Hoi! And that's where we've just been. Also thanks to Adrian, who allowed us into the church. We're going to finish up now, almost done, but we're going to finish up with what a lot of people might call the pièce de résistance here in Geervliet. We've learned about the history of the City Hall. We've learned about the history of the Lords of Putin, thanks to Case. Do give Case a thank you if you're watching and you enjoyed his presentation. I thought he was one of the best tour guides we've had yet here on the show. I did not plan this, by the way. This is a completely unplanned trip, so thanks to excuse me. Thanks to Case for taking us in and showing us around. This is a lovely street, and if I just turn you around, we're almost at the end of the show, but just get a taste of this. The birds are singing. The sun is shining. And I'm loving this village. Definitely want to come back. And if you've enjoyed it, please leave a comment. I can see Betty's with us, Betty de Jong, and Lauren Hill's here with us. All the gangs here. Christina Johnson's with us. Hiya, Christina. And if I haven't said hello to you yet, then drop a comment now. Let us know where you are in the world and what the weather's like with you guys. And also leave a name. And if you want me to say hello to anybody, specifically here in the Netherlands or outside the Netherlands, or maybe even here in Geervliet, then you can leave a little comment and I will say hello to them. Oh, there's the bells. We're going to head to the windmill to finish the tour off. We all love a good windmill. And I just want to say thanks to everyone for tuning in. I know it was a bit hairy for a little while on the steps there. Bells. Nice. It was a little bit hairy on the steps going up the church, but you know, that's what this show is all about. If you've not watched us before, we explore and discover what we call Hidden Holland, and we do that through live, immersive, interactive, intimate live streams, and this is one of those from Geervliet. So if you want to make sure you don't miss a show, make sure you're following us on Facebook so that they give you updates when we go live. And if you want to get closer to the action and get involved with us a little bit more and actually send us to a place that you'd like to see here in the Netherlands, then you can join our Explorers Club by typing the word club in the comments. It's €120 a year for the subscription, and you get to send us wherever you want in the Netherlands. And we're very grateful to everyone who's signed up, because like I said, without those people, without you guys, this would not be possible. So we've reached our final destination. Holy smokes. Holy molen, I should say. Look at that beauty. Oh my word, that is gorgeous. And it's on 4 full sails today. Can you guys see that? Here in Geervliet. Hello Marlene Witte Kramer, all the way from Modesto. Nice to see you. I don't recognise your name, so good to meet you. Look at this. This is the Bernissemolen. I'm curious about this one. You see the sails are on full whack today. There's 4 full sails up. This is what you call a bovenkrouwen. Krouwen is when you turn the cap of the windmill around to face the wind. Krouwen, and this is a bovenkrouwen. But I'm not sure if it's a belt molen or not. Belt is usually the little hill that the molen is on, but you see at the bottom of this molen there's just this exceptionally beautiful house here in Geervliet. Shall we have a look at the information? Hey, Nancy's with us. Hello Nancy Smith. Hello Jennifer Schroeder. Oh, I said that quite in a German way, didn't I? The Bernissemolen is a stenen korn stelling molen. So it's a corn mill, a platform mill, built on the remains of the earlier tower that stood here. It was used as a corn and a water mill, apparently, and it was built initially in 1382. Look at this, beautiful. So to finish off the show, we're going to check it out from the beginning. Hi Anne, good to see you. Joan is also with us now here at the Molen. She says, what is the principal use of windmills in NL today? Grinding corn, pumping water out of the polders, or for tourists? All three, Joan. So there's a lot of windmills that still grind corn, probably like this one. It looks like it's very well kept. 1851, sorry, this one was built in. You can actually see the date on the windmills. If we zoom in, you can always see the date and the name of the windmill on the front of them. Now that black bit on the top is called the Kop van de Molen. And just underneath the axle there, you should be able to see the name and the year of the windmill. Can anyone make that out, or do we need to go a little bit closer? What do you think, Kat? You see that, Tilly? Anybody see what the windmill's called? And if you are lurking and you haven't said hello yet, then do introduce yourself. Say hi, my name's Bob Buckley if you don't already know me, and this is the Dutch Way of Life, Hidden Holland Road Trip. We're in Geervliet today for a totally live, totally spontaneous adventure here in Geervliet, and I'm very, very glad that everybody could join us. Oh, Nancy wanted to go a bit closer. Let's have a little look. Let's go in one more time In, out, shake it all about. Right, you see that? De Bernisse. 1851. Hi. He's turning very well today. Hello, Gwen Thompson. Hi, Villica. Hello, Jenny. Good to see everybody. Leave a little comment if you've been lurking. I know there's a lot of people who enjoy watching and sort of don't say hi, but if you do say hi, you're under no obligation, but that means that I can just say hello to you if you are here. So we're in Geervliet. We've got about 4 minutes left, and I think this is a really great place to finish the tour. And you know what? We're actually running a very limited group retreat next year for around 12, 15 people tops. And we're putting together the locations and the activities at the moment. It'll be an all-inclusive retreat, and I'm planning the locations to visit right now. And I've got a feeling I might have to put Geervliet on the list just because of the location. It's really easy to get to, just south of Rotterdam, not far from Hoogvliet, not far from Spijkenisse, but also the history of the place. And just how well kept it has been, just how well it's been looked after by the villagers. It's absolutely beautiful. Corrine van den Hovel is with us. She says, did you know it was a restaurant? It looks like a restaurant. It's very beautiful. Don't forget, there are over 1,000 molens still left in the Netherlands, and every one of them is run by volunteers, men and women and young people who give their time and their energy to keeping these amazing things turning. And I have a great respect. I'm actually looking into becoming a qualified miller at the moment, which is very exciting. It's a lot of work though. Hey look, there we go. You can look over the village if we put our binoculars on, and we can see the spire of the church that we've just been in. So as you can see, Geervliet is a very, very beautiful little village, and definitely worth coming to visit if you're interested in seeing what we call Hidden Holland beyond Amsterdam. Let's just take one last look at the windmill. Beautiful, eh? This is Hidden Holland, my friend, and if you're new to the channel, I just know that our main aim is to explore and uncover what we call Hidden Holland, but it's also to reconnect people like yourself, people with Dutch heritage or Dutch roots, maybe even Dutch by birth, or just Dutch at heart like me, but to reconnect people around the world who love this place and the culture and the villages and the people. Our channel is like a window into the Netherlands for you guys, wherever you are in the world, whether it's, you know, Australia in the outback, or New Zealand, or South Africa, or Canada in the Rockies. You can always be sure that our channel is a real authentic and, you know, honest way, honest view, honest window into the Netherlands. I don't believe that you have to make fancy tourist videos about this country. That is my firm belief. I believe that there's a lot of tourist boards and city marketing teams around the Netherlands who waste a heck of a lot of money on fancy, professional, edited, you know, content, and I just don't think you need to do that in the Netherlands. The Netherlands speaks for itself. Villages here, places here speak for themselves. I don't need to sell you on Geervliet. I don't need to tell you to come to Geervliet, right? I don't need to make up a story. All I need to do is show you. It's interesting, actually. We're going to finish in a moment, but based on this video, who would like to visit Geervliet if they come to the Netherlands? Like, let's just find out. Let's have a little vote before we finish. Villica, Betty, Louise is still with us. Stuart's with us. You know, hi.
Hey.
Let us know if would you based on what we've done today, would you come up here and visit the village? Because I certainly would. Let us know in the comments. We're actually gonna finish up now. Ah, what a trip! What a trip that was. I did not expect it, but honestly, I sort of knew. I got a feeling. Honestly, I was in the car just before we started, and I got a feeling that about this place. And you know, when you've been to as many places as we've been, and you know, explored, and it is true exploring. There's no plan with our shows, and there's no big agenda. We go and discover things. you find some of the greatest places, and you develop a feeling for places. And I just knew at the beginning Geervliet is going to be one of those hidden Holland gems that I'm definitely going to want to watch back when I get home. So I appreciate everybody who's joined us. I see that Roger's still with us. Hi Roger. Louise is still with us. Stuart husband is still with us. Oh, I'm worn out now, it's really hot. Anne's still with us, Trudy's still with us, Susan's still with us. And again, I know I keep talking about it, but you know, Adele and I moved out here 2 years ago. We emigrated, we've put our entire life into a caravan, and we moved out to the Netherlands to continue our work. And the way that we make our living is through our store and through our club. And so the reason why I keep mentioning the club is because I want to continue our work and I want to continue what we do. And the way that we do that is through people joining the club, people like Colleen and people like Alida, people like Maureen, Howard Courtlave, and all the people who are joining the tour, Louise and Roger. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed Geervliet. Kat's been with us, Jack Brackman's been with us as well. Leave a little comment and let us know what you thought of it. It's really hot now. I think it's time for me to go. So I'm going to leave you with a little view of the town hall. Look after yourselves. Thanks so much for being in Geervliet today. If you enjoyed it, leave your feedback in the comments. If you want to support us, join the club by typing the word club in the comments. Until next time, look after yourselves. Stay cool. Whew. Look after each other, and above all, keep it Dutch.